Hey everyone. Today we're going to be going over the translations for the new unit, Sword Saint, and we're also going to be going over the translations for her new memory that came along with her in her banner. So let's just get right into it. Starting off, we have her leader skill, which is the same as a lot of other leader skills. It's a very generic one for PvP. PvP, your attack of all allies gets 35%. So that's pretty nice, but it is very generic, and we've had many characters like that before, so it's kind of disappointing, but you know, it's whatever. She's got 12k HP, 1500 attack, 700 defense, 158 agility, 70% crit rate, 130% crit damage, 20% debuff chance, and 35% debuff resistance. Compared to Elsa, her crit rate and crit damage is really good, I think. We can come over to unit list. If this loads, this should load every character here. So Elsa's crit rate is only 50%, but she does 150% damage, while Sword Saint's is 70%, but she does 130 damage. So she's going to be a lot more consistent than Elsa. So I think giving her like a crit damage memory is like the way to go, and I think the devs think so too, because the new memory that came with her is a crit damage memory. Her attack is 400 higher than Elsa's, and her HP is like 1k lower. I'm comparing her a lot to Elsa because they're very similar in the way they attack. They're both single attack units. They both have crit based damage. She's at 176. How much did Sword Saint have? Where is she at? Oh, here she is. She's 158. She's a little slower, but again, all of this is like very fair to compete against the normal Elsa. But then you have to factor in the passive, which we'll get into after we read the basic. The basic is gonna be a single enemy hit, 400% power with a 100% chance to reduce self skill cooldown by 2 turns. So it's a 4-turn cooldown if you have it maxed. So getting that by 2 is really nice. Then we have the passive. At the start of battle, 100% chance to increase self-attack, defense, crit rate, and agility for 3 turns, and grants invincibility for 1 turn. Invincibility meaning she can't get hit for 1 turn. She can still get debuffed, but I don't think she's getting debuffed by anyone in the game, especially with this passive, unless she goes up another Sword Saint. At least if she's the one attacking that person. If you know she kills one unit and another unit debuffs her, obviously, you know. But yeah, so basically everything that's been like kind of like give and take against Elsa just gets thrown out of the water with this passive, because this passive increases her attack, which she already has way more of. It increases her defense, which is always good to have, but again, she's going first, so it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, so it's whatever. Crit rate, which is already insanely high, so she's gonna be super consistent, especially in these first 3 turns. Definitely don't want to go crit rate memory on her unless like someone's going full crit defense or something. But I think I would take the chance and have the 70% plus this percent. I'm not sure what percentage this gives. I believe they might have it pinned in here. Yeah, so like the increases attack by 50%, increases agility by 30, increases defense by 70, increases crit rate by 30%, so that would be 100. And this is assuming these buff effects. Actually, let me see. Because these are like individual, but like when someone gives every single one of these buffs to like in a passive like Sword Saint is, you would think that they would reduce all of these effects, but it doesn't say anything here about that, I think. So I think she's actually getting 50%, 70%, 30%, which is, and 30%, because she's doing agility as well. That's pretty nutty. Assuming these are all like the ones that she's giving herself. She's insane these first 3 turns. She's crazy. Then her skill 2 is her big DPS, basically. Physical attack with a single enemy with 1200% power with a 100% chance to inflict stun, and up to 3 turns of damage over time for 2 turns. Inflicts stun and damage over time. Oh, 3 damage over times. I thought this was 3 was a turn counter. I don't know why. So 3 damage over times for 2 turns. Plus that stun. It's pretty solid. One gripe I have with this character is that she's not a knight. She is the sword saint. I mean, she's basically a part of the knights, you know, clearly, and it kind of pisses me off that she's not in the knight, you know, clan or whatever. See, like right here, what'd you call it? Reinhardt is, I forgot his name, low key. So it's kind of it's not too big of a deal, but if any really broken knight memories come out and she can't access them, it really sucks. Especially with that one that is currently out that is insane for knights. Memories don't have like a direct finder, so I'm gonna have to scroll through these. It is really old, I think. Is this one? The agility for basically, I think it's 26%, if I'm not mistaken. 10, 14, 19, 25%. So you get a 25% increase to your agility, which is kind of nutty for knights. And the fact that she doesn't get it, because her agility could use it. I mean, she's still getting the buff for 30%. I can go ahead and calculate it. I think be 150. Oh wait, 158. Oops, why'd I put 150? 158. So she's getting like a 5.2. I'm not sure if I'm doing the math right, but she's basically sitting at like 160 for these first couple of turns. I'm really not sure if I did that right. I don't think I did. Okay, ignore me. Yeah, just something that kind of pisses me off, that she's not a knight, but you know she is a knight, so it's kind of annoying. Overall, she's a great unit. I think she's pretty cool. I honestly, I summoned for her. If she was gonna be the worst unit in the game, I still would have summoned 100%. I would have gotten one copy and gotten out, but instead I'm actually trying to go all in, like an idiot. But I do think she's worth pulling if you're looking for a new DPS unit. She is only single target, but she is very good, like overall as a unit too. Like I think once these 3 turns are up, it's gonna be a little rough for her. But she has the consistency with her crit rate going for her, and the crit damage isn't too bad. Like it's still 130. It's not Elsa's 150, but running a crit damage memory is definitely the way to go with her. And the fact that she's coming with a new memory that is also crit damage, it's just another sign of how good it is to pull right now. So you have a 19, 23. This is 23. What's up with these odd numbers? Crit damage 14, 18. Yeah, it's 23. I don't know why they couldn't just make it 25. So either way, her crit damage, assuming that you have this gold. Also, I really like this picture. I think it's clean. I think it's cute. I think it looks cool. So assuming you have this gold, it's 23% crit damage. And then once you have gold, you actually unlock this second little passive thing here. When defeating an enemy, there's a 100% chance that you will recover 15% of your HP. So basically, if you have this gold and you slap it on her, you're making like another Elsa. But not exactly an Elsa, but like she can sort of lifesteal like the way she does it. That's really cool. I think it's a good thing to put on her. Not probably the best thing, but like it's pretty useful. But it's just kind of weird the fact that she's probably going to be going first most of the time because of her buff with her agility and the way that you get more it depends on how you build her, but she's gonna be like one of the first units in the game, and you don't really need a heal like right away because you're clearly gonna be the first unit. So it's kind of weird, but and it's kind of meant for like later game. But later game she doesn't have her buff, so she's not gonna be like doing the most DPS like she was in these first 3 turns. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's not like matches last too long either way, other than like events and stuff. So I think she's definitely going to thrive in PvP. We'll have to wait and see if the meta has like some room for her. But right now the meta is definitely just stalling with Raws or one-shotting teams all together with Rhine. So I don't know. PvP is a complete mess right now. I think there is a place for this unit. I just don't know if it's anywhere in the game currently. But I think she can be of use like some other places. She's really interesting kit and abilities and stuff like that. And I really like the way she plays. So I'm definitely happy that she's a good unit because I definitely wanted to go all in on her banner. And I think she's one of the cooler characters in the show and the the light novels. So yeah. Also we have the memory again. I just went over 23% crit damage, and then we have the healing. So that's basically it. Then we can just go over and switch to like the in-game banners so you guys can see. So recommending, would I recommend this? I think so, especially if you like the character. I think she's a cool character, so if you like the character alone, obviously you're gonna summon, play the game how you want. No one's gonna like hate on you for that. Makes you happy, then go for it. Other than that, I think she's useful to have on your team, like in your box in general, because I think she'll be of use somewhere. I'm not too sure if there's a time and place now, other than the boost effects that she gives for the current event. But I do think she'll be useful later down the line. I think she's a really cool unit. The concept of her kit is really cool. And comparing it to like current banners right now, like Ana I don't think is a must summon. Like you don't really need any of that this unit, like, or this memory, especially because this memory is given free, and I don't think it's that good. I can't remember. Maybe I can look it up really quick. It does, yeah, it's just a basic attack memory, and then once you get a gold, it's when attacking there's a 50% chance to increase cooldowns of the enemy by 1 turn. Yeah, so it's kind of meh. You definitely don't need this memory. Then we have the Christmas units. I'd say out of all of the banners here, maybe Julius, but for sure the Christmas units are definitely contenders for your gems. I'd say it comes down to, I think if you care about PvP a lot, maybe try going for Amelia, or I think that's about it. But like if you don't really care about PvP, and you kind of just want to summon on your favorite character, you definitely just choose which one you need. Wilhelm, not really even an option. He's okay, but I wouldn't call him like needed on any team. Like he's not going to be needed anywhere anytime soon. The buffed, I think this is a boys banner because of the White Day celebration, which is basically male version of Valentine's Day in Japan. You don't really need any of these units. Like they're not bad, especially Julius, Felix, and Subaru. They're actually like pretty useful in certain cases, but I wouldn't go in on a banner like this for them. I'd get them eventually from like other banners. So yeah, I think she's definitely worth pulling on. If you want to save, that's completely fine. But if you do want to summon, I do think it's okay to summon because she is definitely worth gems. Worth your gems. So yeah, definitely probably the best banner out here, except for the Christmas banner. It really depends on what your priorities are, pertaining to like both of those banners. But I do think she's worth it. I do think you can summon here if you want. It was announced that she's the beginning of part 2, so we might get another banner. I mean, they're throwing a lot of banners at us and not a lot of gems, so I doubt another banner, but we never know. It could happen. But she is for sure part 2 of the celebration, so there might be a part 3, there might be a second half to like part 2, like a little later half. I don't know, who knows. This celebration has been pretty cool, but yeah, they need to get more gems because these banners are super cool. And I do enjoy most of these banners. Like at the end of the day, like they are pretty cool characters. They are useful. Like all these units just got added into the pool and got buffed, except for Reinhardt. He wasn't added into the pool, but he was buffed. And I think this Felix too. I'm not too sure. I clicked the banner to check, but of course the banner is gonna have him. Yeah. Then we have Julius. He's really good with Roz. Then we have Ana. I'm gonna be clear with you. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what Ana does, but I don't think she's good at all. I haven't seen anyone talk about her the way they talk about anyone else. I think we have Christmas units that are still really good in PvP, and like they have some uses in PvE, especially with Ram. Then we have these guys, Subaru being an overall good leader, Felix becoming a meta as a healer again, Julius being like an overall like good red DPS. Then we have Wilhelm. He's pretty solid AoE guy, and you can make him work with some specific teams of PvP, but he's nothing too crazy. And then we have the Sword Saint, which is a really cool character, really cool unit. So yeah, a lot of decision making, but I hope I steered you guys in the right direction. Sorry this video was a little long. I just wanted to go, full in depth, should you summon the translations, and yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video.